Strap myself into the cockpit of this lightning vessel. Pulse jumping like a piston in a heavy metal wrestle. Static in my fingertips, looking for a ground to shatter. Pressure in the chamber, making every atom scatter. The horizon is a wire and I'm hanging on the edge, cutting through the silence like a jagged iron wedge. I don't navigate the map, I just incinerate the path, leaving every doubt behind to face the afterglow's wrath.
Engine roaring with the fury of 1,000 surging suns. Velocity is leaking from the barrels of the guns. Impact hitting harder than a mountain made of stone. Seizing every second just to claim the vacant throne.
The sky is ripping open with the jagged silver crack. Gravity is calling, but I'm never looking back. Flesh and bone, I'm melting into titanium and white, blasting through the ceiling of a golden hollow night. Fuel injection screaming through the marrow of the bone, dominating territory previously unknown. Clockwork moving steady while the storm begins to brew, calculating wreckage that I'm bound to follow through.
Engine roaring with the fury of 1,000 surging suns. Velocity is leaking from the barrels of the guns. Impact hitting harder than a mountain made of stone. Seizing every second just to claim the vacant throne.
The pressure builds inside the marrow of the bone. A frantic current climbing up a hollow throne. The clock is bleeding seconds dry against the wall. One heavy step before the heavens start to fall.
I feel the static stitching patterns in my chest. 1,000 hammers beating rhythmic in their quest. The summit calls my name across the jagged height. We set the gasoline against the fading light.
Mic check 1, 2, coming through the speaker wire. Fueling up the engine, swinging heavy through the fire. I'm the catalyst, the kinetic, the fever in the vein. Breaking every padlock, snapping every rusty chain. Get your hands up high, let the ceiling hit the floor. We ain't asking for a seat, we are kicking down the door.
From the basement to the zenith, watch the power flow. Total domination everywhere we choose to go. I am the lightning striking twice, cold as the steel and hot as ice. Watch how the stars begin to shatter in my hands. I am the queen of all the lands. The thunder rolls beneath my feet. The victory's tasting sweet. Everything falls into the fire of the sun. The battle has been won.
Silence is a weapon, sharp before the kill. Valley floor is trembling under sheerest will. No room for hesitation in the final mile. We face the ending with the predatory smile.
The gravity is shifting, pulling at the core. A tidal wave is crashing on a jagged shore. The darkness turns to gold beneath the searing gaze. The universe is lost within a blinding blaze. I am the lightning striking twice, cold as the steel and hot as ice. Watch how the stars begin to shatter in my hands. I am the queen of all the lands. With thunder rolls beneath my feet, the victory is tasting sweet. And falls into the fire of the sun. battle has been won.
Soul feels the motion, motion makes us whole. Higher, 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 higher. Keep it coming, keep it coming. Make it real. Higher, 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 higher. Feel the power. Touch the sky.
light your sweat on your skin, sparkles like a fire shower, bouncing with the crowd. You can
is neon ignition. Turn the dark to flame. Every soul in the building gonna scream your name. We're a live wire, live wire. Strike it in the rain. This is neon ignition. Let it light your veins. This is neon ignition. Let it light your veins. Left side louder, right side louder. Everybody in the place, own your power. Hey! Hands to the sky like you're catching the sun. When that drop comes in, we become one. This is neon ignition. Turn the dark to flame. Every soul in the building gonna scream your name. We're a live wire, live wire. Strike it in the rain. This is neon ignition. Let it light your veins. Ignition, final overload. Every heartbeat surging like it might explode. We're a live wire, live wire. Burning through the night. This is neon ignition till the morning light.
The iron fist of the clock strikes 5. A million pistons humming deep inside the hive. Steel veins pulsing with a frantic kinetic force. Concrete river dictated by a jagged course. Shoulder to shoulder in the suffocating heat. The frantic friction of 10,000 restless feet. Eyes fixed forward on the digital countdown glow. Waiting for the pressure valves will finally let go. The city is a thunderbone, trapped in a wire. Fuel in the engines and feeding the fire. Is the peak of the mountain, the edge of the blade. A manic symphony at the morning maze.
are the only map that leads me back to shore. 1,000 voices gather in the word but two's before. The foundation is solid, though the roof is blown away by the weight of every word we never found the nerve to say. I stand among the wreckage where the melody began, beyond the reach of any temporary human plan. It takes a certain kind of skull to wash the windows clean, to show the jagged lines behind the beauty of the sea. The riff is like a tether that is tied around my wrist, to pull me through the middle of the cold and blinding mist. I hear the structure breathing as the pillars start to sway, in the balance of the darkness and the breaking of the day. The pressure builds until the very foundation starts to ring, a testament to every sharp and solitary thing. The atmosphere is thick enough to touch with open palms as the raising tide ignores the comfort of the sounds. Now the thunder crashes down across the summit of a height, a sudden bolt of silver in the middle of the sight. The heavens open wide to let the grand collision through, a hammer on the anvil in a sky of frozen blue. The deepest swirl of lightning meets the heavy iron hand, it scatters overflowing like the shifting desert sand. In my vivid being is my demography.
The light hits the water like shattered diamonds on a mirror. The surface is a liquid lace of gold and silver fire. I move through the morning through a gallery of visions. Every step is a ripple in a pool of silent desire. The air is a heavy velvet wrapper around my shoulders. I am the center of a world that breathes in pastel hues. The colors bleed together in a rush of brilliant static. I am a satellite spinning in a sky of polished glass. My pulse is the clockwork of a universe in motion. Nothing is solid and the shadows never last. I catch the reflection of 1,000 different stories, and I let them dissolve inside the hollow of my hand. Give me the brilliance of the sun on a wire, let the clarity descend like a curtain of rain. I am rising on the swell of the beautiful fever, where the sweetness is a sharp and the glorious pain. I am the architect of every shimmering second, watching the radiance blooming from the gray. The pavement is humming with the subterranean music. The wires are singing with the weight of the day. I see the geometry of every passing moment. The patterns are shifting in a panoramic spray. I am the witness to the glory of the Monday. Every reflection is a doorway to the light. Give me the brilliance of a sun on a wire, let the clarity descend like a curtain of rain. I am rising on the swell of a beautiful fever, where the sweetness is a sharp and a glorious pain. I am the architect of every shivering second, watching the radiance blooming through the gray.
The needle drops on a polished floor, 149 and looking for more. Electric pulses start to climb the wall. The ivory keys begin a siren call. Beneath the strokes where the heat begins to bloom, a heavy hammer sound occupies the room. The sharp percussions cut the heavy haze, a jagged pattern in a frantic maze. The resonance is sweeping through the brain, a liquid friction falling just like rain. A steady thumping keeps the spirit tight until the darkness surrenders to the light. Put your pulse for the hollow sky. The frequency is surging way up high, caught in the friction of a sliding tone, a metallic kingdom on a velvet throne. Gravity breaks and the pressure hits the beat, finding the language that we never had to speak. The offbeat shimmer keeps the motion gold, a story written in a tempo gold. Those by and low as kick against the grain, a syncopated fever inside every vein. The filter opens like a sudden gasp of air, while every soul is tangled in a snare. There is a logic in the frantic pace, a neon blur across a nameless face. The squelch is crying out a silver face, lost in a turning of a sonic face. No hesitation as the gears begin to lock, ignoring every second on the ticking clock. The tension coils like a copper wire, higher and higher through the unseen fire. A sudden silence right before the blast, building a moment that was meant to last. Put your palms toward the hollow sky. The frequency is surging way up high, caught in the friction of a sliding tone, a metallic kingdom on a velvet throne. Gravity breaks when the pressure hits the beat, finding a language that we never had to speak. The circuits cleave in broken jagged lines, caught inside the tension of the wires. A sudden halt before the surge ignites, feeding on the heat of restless fires. We build a wall of silence till it breaks, stuttering against the ticking clock. Feel the tremor that the engine makes, waiting for the heavy hand to knock. Lift your palms into the blinding glare, let the massive pressure sweep the floor, shaking out the ghosts within the air, pushing through the center of the door. Velocity is all we ever need, falling upward through the iron sky, following the pulse that starts to bleed, watching every shadow racing by. Lift your palms into the blinding glare, let the massive pressure sweep the floor, shaking out the ghosts within the air, pushing through the center of the door. Velocity is all we ever need, falling upward through the iron sky, following the pulse that starts to bleed, watching every shadow racing by. Horizontal motion never sleeps,
grinding out the miles beneath our heels. A secret that the rolling thunder keeps, locked within the spinning of the wheels. The frequency expands across the room, widening the space between the beats, dispelling every trace of lingering gloom, scattered like the dust upon the streets. The rapid strike is coming for the crown, a heavy sequence driving through the dark, never letting up or slowing down, waiting for the friction and the spark. Lift your palms into the binding glare, let the mass of pressure sweep the floor, shaking out the ghosts within the air, bursting from the center of the door. Velocity is all we ever need, falling nowhere through the iron sky, following the pulse that starts to bleed, watching every shadow earth in my. Lift your palms into the blinding glare, let the massive pressure sweep the floor, shaking out the ghosts within the air, pushing through the center of the door. Velocity is all we ever need, falling upward through the iron sky, following the pulse that starts to bleed, watching every shadow racing by.
Oh, the asphalt carries weight beneath my heavy soles, tracing shadows where the pavement meets the dust. I watch the silver coins fall into wishing bowls, turning back to iron and a layer of red rust. You were leaning on the fence with a crooked smile, counting birds that never learned the way to fly. The distance stretched out for 1,000 miles, underneath the hollow belly of a bruised purple sky. But the foundation holds the ghost of a melody, while the low strings snap against the wooden grain, locked in the swing of a strange kind of remedy, dancing through the thicket and the pouring rain. It is the pull of the earth and the push of the tide, the way the valley deepens when the mountain bends. There is nowhere left for a traveling soul to hide, and the beginning meets the bitter end. The lady in the velvet robe is standing at the gate. Her voice is like a hammer striking on a golden bell. She says the hour is early, but the season is late, with 1,000 different stories that she has to tell. She climbs the octaves like a ladder to the sun, pouring down the lightning from her open palm until the battle for the morning has been won, and the restless sea is chanting ancient songs. While the merchant trading diamonds for a piece of glass, the prophets were all sleeping in the tall green weeds, waiting for the summer and winter heat to pass.
Sowing all my harvest for the forgotten seed.
The clock on the wall has lost its only hand, spinning like a top in a circle of white glare, walking through the shifting of the desert sand, with the smell of wild jasmine in the heavy air.
Jumping to a rhythmic a pulse that is beating in the marrow of the bone, mixing up the river water with a thick red butter.
Turning every kingdom to a single cornerstone.
The foundation holds a ghost of melody, while the low strings snap against the wooden grain, locked in the swing of a strange kind of remedy, dancing through the thicket and the pouring rain. It is the pull of the earth and the push of the tide, the way the valley deepens when the mountain bends. If there's nowhere left for a travel stand soul to hide, and the beginning meets a bitter end. But the foundation holds the ghost of a melody, touch of the tide, the way the valley deepens when the mountain bends. There is nowhere left for a traveling soul to hang. Where one beginning meets the bitter end.
Chasing down the ghost of every sun.
Lightning strikes the center of the frantic floor. Velocity tracks the center of the frantic floor. Velocity is all we are craving for. Higher than the fever of the sonic rain. Velocity is rushing through every vein. Ignite the friction of the standing light. We accelerate into the blinding white. Lighting tracks the center of the frantic floor. Velocity is all we are craving for. Higher than the fever of the sonic rain. Velocity is rushing through every vein. Ignite the friction of the spinning light. We accelerate into the blinding white.
A glorious collision in the air. There is no road that leads us looking back, only the hair